orphaned mitzvahs. What are orphaned mitzvahs? Mitzvah Yisoma. What does that mean? We ignore them for too long. I told this to Rabbi Weissman, who's giving a shiur based on his book about go up like a wall, right? About basically commentary on the books of Ezra, Nehemiah, Sefer Haggai. Everything is Torah, by the way. There's a lot of Torah that you could miss out on. I remember reading some Tehillim before. The Tehillim are talking about David HaMelech trying to get to the base of Mikdash, and David HaMelech longing to offer sacrifice, right? Those are Jewish values. If you don't read, let's say, the Tehillim and understand them, you will come away like that callous rabbi with a C, declaring that I looked at all these farm here. There's nothing there about the milas of going to the Har HaBayis and daven. It's because he doesn't have Torah there. Rabbi Weissman is reminding us of mitzvahs and hashkafas that are 100% Torah. The problem is if you don't learn all the Torah, you just stick to certain aspects of the Torah. You just stick to certain sugyas and certain masechtas. You are going to have a very incomplete understanding of the Torah. You are going to ignore certain mitzvahs entirely. I think that the closest thing we have to prophecy today is shiurim like this. They're telling us this is what's said. Why? Someone who can accurately portray the words of the previous prophets and give us pshat and midrashei chazal that are not understood. That is doing the work of a prophet, chastising people, getting people to realize, hey, you're leaving out parts of the Torah. God wants us to do this. God wants you to do this. So adopting orphaned mitzvahs is something that we could do this coming year. Well, this year is already upon us. Adopting orphaned mitzvahs, find mitzvahs that people aren't keeping. Last year, we took up a new orphaned mitzvah. We finally had the mitzvah of Netilas Arava, right? Mm-hmm. Somebody accomplished Netilas Lulav in the Mikdash. This year, someone sounded the shofar and on Har HaBayis, but it was on the second day of Rosh Hashanah. And having a second day of Rosh Hashanah on Har HaBayis is sort of oxymoronic, because when the Beis Din was on Har HaBayis, so they didn't have 2-day Rosh Hashanah, at least there. They're the one place that didn't have it. They knew what day was Rosh Hashanah, period. And if you say you're doing this on the authority that you're the Beis Din, so yesterday was Rosh Hashanah. You should have done it on Shabbos, and there is no second day here. I'm just saying that doesn't really fit sounding the shofar on Har HaBayis on the second day of Rosh Hashanah, but they still got away with it. It's the point that matters. The fact that they actually succeed in doing it. God willing, well, I shouldn't say next year they'll succeed. Next year there won't even be an issue. Right? That's really what we're going for. So we should adopt some mitzvahs yisoma. And I think one of the things you could do is, for example, if you're going to be visiting Har HaBayis, bring along a friend. It's a tremendous merit also, as we say in Yiddish. Bringing someone else to Har HaBayis is what who did? Elkanah, right? Well, at the time it wasn't Har HaBayis, it was the Shilo. But the point is, this was a mitzvah yisoma back in his day, and this is what he got people to do. So let's all consider doing that, and it should be as good also for us.